some post-production make images more exciting. Welcome to the Image Post-Production and Beautification class. In this section, we will show how to process common publicity images. This is a typical shot from a new era new talent job news photo and short video contest field trip. The subject's movement is good. The key point is it is backlit. A backlit photo naturally matters. It matters and focuses on the bright area. If we expose both highlights and shadows bright, then the highlights may blow out completely. In this situation, it places high demands on the photographer. It requires the photographer to have solid experience, knowing where to meter and where to focus in a hurry. If you use P mode, you'll easily get underexposed backlit shots. How do we adjust such an image? First, we open the ACI interface. Choose the basic panel. In the basic panel, we pick auto. When you don't know how to adjust, use auto. Auto will set brightness, contrast, and overall tone, all at a basic level. Auto can't fix everything, but it solves basic problems. Beginners use it often. Second, let's look at the actual needs of our photo. If in this photo we need the subject brighter, we can increase the exposure. Raising exposure brightens everything, while brightening should we lower highlights and whites. Lower highlights, then the entire exposed area can be pulled back. Whites can also be lowered. Lowering highlights and lifting shadows adds gray. So at this point, we must increase contrast. Once contrast is high, colors look more saturated and rich. Then we can lower vibrance to match normal eyesight. Another issue is white balance may be off. Experienced photographers can drive the temperature slider to make the image warmer, make it warmer, or cooler if desired. Inexperienced users must use the white balance eyedropper on gray areas. To correct color, gray areas are usually white shadows or gray cement floors. After adjustment, if exposure is still insufficient, we raise it a bit more. After adding exposure, you can see I zoom to 100% for preview. All color noise in the shadows appears. What to do now? Second step, check texture and clarity. Do we need more clarity? For blurry shots, more clarity helps. We can lower texture slightly. High texture looks dry. The whole photo looks dry. So lower texture a bit. Second, we go to the detail panel. Noise reduction must be increased. Once noise reduction is high, you can see all shadow lifts. Noise and color artifacts drop. Noise reduction, luminance noise reduction up. Color noise step down. This keeps image texture and skin color clean. We zoom to fit to review. These are basic adjustments. Color mixer. Let's talk about the color mixer. We use hue. If the photo has a color cast, we choose hue. Use the target adjustment tool to sample. Sample its color, see if it leans yellow or red saturation. If a single color lacks saturation, we can increase or decrease luminance. If this color block needs to be stronger, we raise it. To lower it, we darken. Then we adjust composition. All publicity images must be level and stable, especially news publicity. After cropping. Cropping means selecting the crop tool. Adjust to the desired size. Double-click to confirm crop on this image. Another point needs attention. We need to blend highlights and shadows, make a smooth transition. For example, shadows are still too dark. Highlights are still too bright. What to do? Then we use curves. Curves is a great control. If I don't know what's bright or dark, I directly use the target adjustment tool to lift the parts I need. Drag up or right. Choose right or left drag. Right drag makes it brighter. Left drag darkens. You can see our basic image is created. If you want the surroundings darker, we use two layers, but we can also use selection tools. Normally, we hold Shift, open as object. After opening as object, we right-click, copy Smart Object, then double-click, return to the previous adjustment. We can darken the exposure, darken more, give it a base brightness. Confirm what the purpose of this step is. The purpose is to use this background. Then use the subject from the first step. The two layers only differ in exposure. We can add a mask, then choose the gradient tool. Pick the second preset foreground to transparent. Select gradient. Drag with black foreground. Drag outward from the subject. In this way, it can highlight the subject we need. Note the gradient diameter must be large. Large diameter makes the subject soft. Our transition becomes soft and even. You can see with just one mask step, we highlighted the subject, and the background meets our field needs. After the step, we add a curves adjustment. What is curves for? Soft light increases contrast. When increasing contrast, we must lift shadows and press down highlights. Only midtones are darkened or brightened. In this case, we are only increasing contrast in the photo. Gray is removed. After that, we can flatten the image. Then auto contrast. Ctrl Alt Shift L to check if normal. Check if the overall brightness is normal. We can see, with simple adjustments, we can fix that underexposed image. Basically process it clearly. Everyone can compare. Look at our comparison between the two images. So we must skillfully use post-production software. Even daily news publicity photos still need our post work. That is all for this lesson. Thank